I was born and raised in a refugee camp in Gaza. I left the Gaza Strip about 25 years ago, and I ever since lived abroad, lived in North America and Europe and in Asia. The Palestinian people, especially the refugees, are rather neglected in the Palestinian narrative. The Palestinian narrative is often told as a counter-narrative to the Zionist narrative. And as a result, for all these decades, we have been hammering at trying to prove or disapprove the Zionist myths about the Palestinian people. In the process of doing so, I felt that the story of my family, my neighbors, my people was never really told in full. So it started as that, just the notion of the need to give people a voice, articulate their existing aspirations and hopes and dreams. And that's how it really progressed. I wrote 4 books, all related to people's history of the refugees, or what they call history from below. So that was really the foundation of why, of how I ended up progressing all the way to writing this book. Largely, public opinion is controlled by mainstream corporate commercial media. And the media has a very clear agenda, and regardless of what Trump does or doesn't do, it will always side with Israel. However, I think all in all, yes, there's been a sizable difference made in the perception of Palestine and the struggle of the Palestinian people, and that will continue regardless of what the commercial media have done to the Palestinian discourse and narrative throughout the years.
Also left his family with his most prized possession, a large, old, rusting key that had opened the door to his cherished Palestinian home. The house no longer exists, but the key was kept in the family home in Yarmouk as a testament to their right of return. And now, the Yarmouk home no longer exists either.
One thing I'm actually trying to do is I'm trying to change the conversation. I'm trying to shift the conversation to something else entirely. Because I feel that forget about the Zionist narrative that kind of sees us as, puts us in the dock for this constant state of self-defense. To prove that we are not terrorists, we didn't all vote for Hamas, we are not violent, we love our children, and so forth and so on. We are tired of the Zionist narrative and the way that has a strong hold on the Palestinian narrative. But I also think that within the Palestine Solidarity Movement, sometimes we borrow so much and we reduce the struggle of Palestine to that of violence versus non-violence. Where is your Palestinian Gandhi? 1 state versus 2 states, and so forth, to the point that we created this caricature of the Palestinian struggle. And I want to see the nature of the questions changing altogether. Not, Ramzy, what do you think, 1 state or 2 states? I want people to ask me questions about Palestinian people, their artists, their musicians, their heroes, their prisoners, their moms and dads. Something that tells me that the people are now connecting with us as people beyond the cliches and beyond the stereotypes.